know, Hollywood didn't really support this movie. This was a movie that I had this idea and I wasn't going to break from it. And this movie has deaf people, so they have to be played by deaf people. They have to be from within deaf culture.
Hi, Darius.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you so much for your time. And I want to congratulate you on your first feature. And I would like to know, what was like the inspiration for the script?
Well, the script actually came from a documentary of a dear friend of mine, Derek Cianfrance, and he and I work together. 13 years ago, we met, and the very first thing we talked about was this film. And I think it was this notion it involved this band called Jucifer, this documentary, and it was this notion of this codependent couple that lived in their case in a Winnebago and just traveled all the time and played music that was so loud. It's like they're like the loudest band in the world. And then, so that was the seed that became this movie. And then as you write, you kind of realize why you're really making this movie. And that's the kind of magic of the creative process, is that you don't always know why you're making something. You're drawn to it, but life has a way of showing you as you go.
Yeah. I think I really enjoyed the movie, and I think it was like you got the perfect actor, in my opinion. But what was about his work that got your attention on him for him to be your protagonist?
Well, Riz is like a live wire. He's a very unusual talent. And I think, with all of the very great actors that we've seen, grace the screen for cinematic history, they've all had this quality of feeling like lightning can strike, because they are listening and watching, and they have this world within them that's so deep. So I had this feeling with Riz that, he could access something really surprising. He could access something that would even surprise himself in this process. And I was right. He did. And I think when some of the things you see on the screen were things he had never done before or even felt before. And that's a very palpably exciting creative experience.
Yeah, I also want to salute you on the approach of the sound editing, which is amazing. The way that when he's not hearing, when you have the surround, the ambience sound.
Thank you.
How did you approach that?
Well, I had this incredible sound designer, and we actually started years before we even shot the movie. And the sound design itself, the mix took 23 weeks, just the mix of this. It was a massive amount of work. We did it at Carlos Regadas' place in Mexico, actually. And we went to the mountains. We had this like sound retreat where he has this incredible sound stage and this wonderful Mexican mixer and team. And look, it was a process that took this belief in something that no one had really done before. So it meant really doing this sonic dive and miking the inside of skulls and down throat and eyelids, and thinking about what internal sound is like, and trying things and really pushing boundaries. It was an incredibly wonderful creative process.
Yeah, I really enjoy, and I think it's amazing the work that you guys did. And also to wrap it up, how important to you was to bring like the deaf community to the movie, like the actual actors that do the sign language?
It was essential. It was part of why it was so hard to make this movie, because Hollywood didn't really support this movie. This was a movie that I had this idea and I wasn't going to break from it. And this movie has deaf people, so they have to be played by deaf people. They have to be from within deaf culture. And, you can't find financing for movies like that. You have to be willing to really struggle for that kind of vision. And it's obviously worth it. So it was never a question for me. I just feel privileged to have been invited into deaf culture to the extent I was. I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Like the whole movie, everything that you did, and the actors, everything. I really enjoyed. That's why I like fight for this interview, because I think we need to support those type of movies. Yeah,
Well,
it's very
I
important.
really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yes, of course. Thank you so much for your time, and I cannot wait for your next project. It will be a very
Me
good
too.
one. Yes, I'm gonna wait for that.
Oh, thanks so much. Really appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Thank
Take
you. Thank
take
you.
care.
Bye bye. You too.
Bye.
Bye bye. If you like this video, don't forget to comment, to like, and subscribe to our channel right here.